Come on, baby.
Boy, we got a lot to do today, don't we? It's been a while since you've been on the channel. Where you been hiding, girl? Oh. Should we get that thing started? All right, guys, welcome back for another video. We're currently trying to get the Audi TT going. It's a long story. I lost the key. If you know anything about these cars, it's super expensive to get a new key fob for this thing, and it was the only one I had, so I would have had to get a whole reset. I would have had to basically tow it to the dealer, and yeah, it's not about it. So I was sad. I found the key. It is beautiful out today, so we're gonna get this thing charged up, start her up, and go for a drive. You know, I realize this car is old, but this is a luxury sports coupe. Am I wrong? It's a luxury sports car that they made in the early 2000s. There's all these nice things in here, and the interior is so nice, minus that. There's no cup holders. Oh, silly me, I forgot. It's right there. That's convenient. All right, guys, it is a beautiful day outside, so we are just out cruising around enjoying the boost weather with the Audi TT Quattro. But before we get into today's video, you guys, we do have a video sponsor on this video, and that company is going to be Adelphi Tools, and we are talking about their strip light. This is an LED light. I've been working with the company for a little while now. Super awesome people to deal with. And this product has been absolutely amazing for me. As a mechanic, it makes life a lot easier. You don't have to have a flashlight in your mouth, and it's not big and bulky like most of the other lights on the market. It's got all sorts of different functions, 2 brightness settings, a concentrated spotlight on the side, USB rechargeable, and it has the hands-free on-off option. Once again, I'll link both of those things down in the description. So yeah, you guys, we just are enjoying the day today. You know, we got the Audi TT behind me, which I've said when I reviewed the car is one of those cars I think you really got to see in person to appreciate. Yes, the newer generations, the MK2 and the MK3, look a lot more aggressive, but there's something about this car that I really, really like. And, you know, we have plans for the car. I got to sort through the suspension. I'd like to get the KO4 turbo upgrade eventually, so we got a lot of plans for this car, and it needs just a little bit of love. I hate those taillights in the back. You know, we talked about all that in another video, but we're just going to go enjoy the day, cruise around in the car a little bit, because I don't know how many nice days like this we're gonna have left. All right, guys, window down, and you know, in a few short weeks, I forgot how much fun this thing is to drive. I know there's a lot of noise. I don't care. I want you guys to hear the blow-off valve. It's definitely boost weather. It's a beautiful day. It's like 35 degrees, 36 degrees maybe, and the car's loving it. It can breathe nice cold air. We're gonna get one more pull through the gears here and show you the blow-off noise. I love it. All right, we got to pull through one more time. Still hate this shifter, but listen to this blow off. I love it. All right, guys, so we're back in the shop working on a few things here. I'm finally off my quarantine, feeling a lot better, obviously, so still can't taste real well, but we're on the mend, and I kind of got back to a normal work week. So we worked on a RAV4 that's actually out in the driveway right now. We fixed some engine issues on that. We cleaned the throttle body, relearned it. We put an oil pressure sending unit in it. We put new spark plugs in it, just a few minor things. I have to put a cat and a manifold on that next week, so we're waiting on parts for that. You can see the FOXBODY heads are behind me there, and we're going to talk about those in a second. I just kind of had to go stock up on some shop supplies. I'm working on these headlight housings right now. You can see a little before and after there. I'll flip you around and we're just going to talk about some of this stuff. All right, guys, yes, you can see a little before and after on those headlights. This one isn't quite done yet. I got to let the clear coat completely cure, and then I can give it a final buff and wet sand. So if you want a video on that, you guys, we can definitely do that. We just use some inexpensive items. I've done a lot of different methods to try to get headlights restored to this kind of condition. You can see looks a lot better than it did, and this is the best way that I have found to do it. So if you want a video on the whole process on how I do that, I can definitely get that done for you. Other than that, we just had to stock up on shop supplies. So we got some epoxy putty, and this is kind of interesting because I actually bought a bunch of the Harbor Freight brand stuff. Normally I like JB Weld, and for double-sided tape and stuff like that, I like 3M, but this stuff was super cheap and I was already there, so I thought I would try that and figure it out. Got some tape, some batteries, and I really shouldn't be allowed to make any financial decisions because this was completely unnecessary. It's a 24 karat gold plated ratchet from Icon Tools. I like Icon's ratchets, but this isn't something that I'm going to be using, obviously. It's kind of just a novelty thing. We got some tools here. We're going to talk about that because those are for the FOXBODY cylinder heads. All right, you guys, so talking about the FOXBODY cylinder heads that you see behind me, you know that we got the motor back from the machine shop about 6 months ago. That's sitting over there on the engine stand. I got all of that machined. As far as the cylinder heads go, these are extremely heavy cast iron cylinder heads. I wasn't super worried about getting these things checked to see if they were warped or anything like that. Again, being cast iron. So I'll probably emery cloth them up before I put them back on. I'm obviously going to go through and do a valve job. And so to do that, I picked up these tools here. The first tool I picked up is a valve spring compressor. You can kind of visualize how that works there. And then the other thing I picked up was a giant C-clamp, because sometimes this comes in handy as well as that tool to compress valve springs, and I just needed one around anyway that was bigger. I was trying to use one on a U-joint last week and I actually broke it, so nice and cheap. I think this was $8, but you can see it's a pretty good size, so that should work out. That might be able to help us with these cylinder heads. I'm gonna flip you around, just give you an idea what these things look like. So there's the cylinder heads in all their glory. You can see that I've oiled them up because they've been in storage, obviously. So what I wanna go ahead and do with these, you guys, I wanna take these valves out, compress the springs. I'm gonna replace the valve springs. It's cheap insurance, you guys. These have been sitting for, well, since I bought the car, really. So it's been a long time that these have just been sitting. Valve springs are nice and cheap. I'm gonna upgrade them, get some nicer ones. I want different rocker arms, and I'm gonna get different push rods. So the whole reason behind not doing it yet is because everything is expensive, you guys, and I'm on my own in the shop now, so it was about $700 to get everything I want to do to these cylinder heads, and I just haven't pulled the trigger quite yet. But in next week's video, we are going to take these apart, and I'm going to show you how to clean up the valves and the valve seats and all of that good stuff. All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, it is beautiful outside. I'm gonna go take Sammy for a walk. If you want a video on how to restore headlights, I can do that. Drop me a comment down below. We can get that done as well. The other thing I wanted to remind you is if you want to pick up one of those super awesome headlamps from Modelphi, go down, use the link in the description, and use the coupon code that's listed in the description as well to enjoy 10% off your order. As always, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, we'll see you next time.